Hey, this is Ralph, and in this video I want to create a delete query. Now, in a recent video, I just made a make table query where I created a supervisors table that was based off of 75 employees in the employees table, all the level 4 employees. And my current relationship for this table looks like this. I've got employees, clients, tasks, all connected to jobs logs. But I also have the supervisors table, and basically some employees have a supervisor, and supervisors are all in this table. They're all level 4 employees. But when I created that make table query, I created this new table. I have 75 level 4 employees over here under supervisors, but those same 75 level 4 employees are still in the employees table. So I've created myself some redundancy that could end up causing problems down the road. So I want to get those 75 supervisors out of the regular employees table, and I'll use a delete query to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and close my relationships window, and I will click on Create, Query Design, and I'm going to create a new query for my employees table, close, and I'm going to bring over all fields, and I'm also going to bring over the certification field, but I'm not going to show the certification field. Now for the criteria, I'll go ahead and type in level 4, because those are the employees that have already been moved over to the supervisors table. And if I just run this query now, I'll get 75 results in theory. It's thinking. There it is, 75 results. And I just do a quick scroll down. They're all my level 4 employees. Excellent. My employees table has a total of 300. Jump back over to Design View. Change this over to a delete query. Now when I run it, it's going to give me a little warning here, so you always want to be very careful first. Run that select query first, just so you have a really good idea of what's about to happen. I'm about to delete 75 rows from the specified table. Okay, I will click yes. And it can't delete 73 records in the delete query due to key violations and 0 records due to lock violations. Okay, so basically what this means is 73 of my 75 employees are already being referenced somewhere. And let's see if you can remember this. This is back over on my relationships window. Do I want to run this action query anyway? To ignore this errors and run the query, click yes. For an explanation of the causes of the violations, click help. So I'm going to end up clicking yes here. But basically, whenever a job is entered into my jobs log table, the employee ID is recorded for who performed that particular job. And since I'm basically deleting these, that's going to cause a potential conflict. But let's see if we can't resolve that with a little follow-up. You see, this is not a lighthearted action. So I'm going to go ahead and click yes. And now let's go ahead and close this. I will save my query, and I'll call this delete level 4 from employees. Click OK. Now if I go to my employees table, notice I've only got 298 results, so it couldn't delete my 73 supervisors that are associated with my with a job. So basically what that means is on my jobs log table, some of these employee IDs are supervisors. Okay, so let's see if we can't resolve this. I'm going to head to my database tools relationships, and employees are related to the jobs log by the employee ID. I'm going to right click, put the tip of my arrow on that line, right click, and delete that relationship. Now it's gone, and that should be pretty good. I'm going to close this. I'm going to run my delete query just by double clicking. Click yes. I'm about to delete 73 from the specified table. Yes. All right, let's see what happened. So if I go to my employees, I should just have about 225 results. And sure enough, I've got 225 employees. And if I scroll down, there are no level 4 employees remaining. But that's okay, because prior, in an earlier video, we already created the supervisors table that contains all of my level 4 employees. But I need to fix those relationships because those are going to be important for forms, reports, and some queries. So I'll head back over to my relationships window. And I am going to make a link. Let's see if I can arrange this a little bit more neatly. So I've got this positioned, I think, pretty well. And I'll jump up, and I'm going to take employee ID to employee ID. And I'm not going to be able to enforce reference integrity on this one. So I'll just go ahead and click Create. So I get a relationship established without referential integrity enforced. And then I'll go to Supervisor ID and go to Employee ID. So yeah, the field names don't actually have to be the same. They just have to have the same basic data. And I can't enforce referential integrity here. And I can't enforce referential integrity because, let me hit Create first just so we can visualize this. There we go. Because the employee ID in the jobs log table, it may or may not be on my employees table. Basically, it's either on one of the two tables. But in either case, we've got the relationships established. So the employee ID for a particular job can either come from the supervisor's table, the supervisor ID, or it can be an employee ID.